What's going on, everybody? Special Saturday started. Man, I was sitting at my desk and I'm like, I know I was scheduled to go at 5, but I'm like, man, let's just hit the button. We'll get it over with. A lot of stuff happening. Holy Christmas cakes. Why? Why can't I have a Saturday where it's peaceful, man? Why? Why can't we just sit here and just hang out, on a Saturday, watch a little TV, get ready for the snowstorm? Well, not here in Orlando, but I'm just saying, like, what? What the heck? Holy crap. Dan Vask in the chat. I see some of the others. I know Jeremy went live for like 5 hours on this thing. Um, John, Mike, I see you, Z Highness. Bruce was in here earlier dropping links. Yeah, it's 80 degrees here in Orlando right now. So, but holy crap, dude. What are we doing here, man? Why can't protesters? Wow. We'll probably go for about an hour or so today because apparently there's like crazy chaos over there in Minnesota. How's everybody else holding up over the winter storm? 80 degrees here, hot. I'm in my shorts, the AC's on. Brutal. Brutal, you know? Absolutely brutal. Whew. I wasn't trying to make light of people that are dealing with it. I want everyone to be safe and everything to be well, with what's about to hop in here with snow and everything. It's snowing and it's 30. Eesh. Jay, go for 4 hours. No. There's not much to say. Like most people know what's going on. I'm kind of like a lot of times I do this just to keep a record of everything, like a timeline. I could go back and be like, yeah, this is when this happened. So, you know, like this was this was yesterday. And I'm like, okay, all right. They got people showing up in a blue state, you know. 10 degrees, shut up, Jay. Hey man, that's why I live in Florida. I'm like, here we are in a blue state. This is pretty normal, for protesters. What else is new? They're like, hey, we're gonna have a bunch of protesting happening in a blue state. What else is new? What else is new? You mean every other Tuesday? Big blue city. Yeah. It's like this happens like every weekend in a blue city. It's nothing new. They try to like make it out as if it's like a revolution in our country. It's not. I'm curious to know how many people were bussed over there for this thing, how many people showed up that don't live in the city. Something like that. Always Ghost, this is why I wish I could get that many people to come to my birthday, but I can't even get to. Man, listen, man. You'll be all right. Hunter for 5 says 4 inches of snow on the ground, snowing now. 0 degrees. I'm inside playing GTA 3 on my Switch. Sounds like a plan, brother. Sounds like a plan. What's up, Nandy? I watched this and I'm sitting here like, yeah. As long as it stays peaceful, whatever. These protesters don't seem to work. And they do take them down the best route to make it look like there's more people. You know what I mean? It's like take them down this route, it'll make it look like there's more people there. So there you go. Hey, listen, that's I'm just saying it's the beauty of living in America. It's your right. Go out and protest. Do your thing. Feel good about yourself. Whatever. Negative 10 degrees, whatever. Um if it wasn't minus 10, there'd be way more people there. You think so? I don't know, man. I think these people love this kind of attention, even if it's really cold, you know? I saw that and I'm like, well, whatever. I disagree with you, but that's okay. But hey, and I'm like checking the news, and I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on as we get ready for this storm. And I know my man Bruce is in the chat. Yeah. I'm like, this happens in Florida all the time, right before a hurricane. Like people go crazy. I just gotta know though, what the freak are you doing with all that milk? What are you doing? What are you doing? And if this was toilet paper, which is usually Florida, we go like it's usually water and toilet paper. But I'm sitting here like, what the freak? What can you possibly do with all that milk? It's 2 carts full. I'm assuming unless this person is like not with him. Oh, that's not a bad that you know what? I didn't even think about that. Maybe taking it down to like selling it somewhere else. That's a lot of freaking milk, man. That's a lot. I don't think I could go. I can't even go through like yeah, let me know if Christy No goes live, let me know in the chat. I'll pull it up. I can't even get through a gallon of milk in a week. I'm a little lactose though, so you know. Then I saw this video, I thought this was pretty cool. I'm like, all right, I'll show this on Monday. It's kind of funny. When your liberal neighbor hates your Trump flag. Ooh, it was a little loud. Oh. That's freaking crazy. Oh, thanks, Wani. You're gonna love the book. I feel bad for the other guy's car, You're gonna drive up next to somebody and flick them off because they have a Trump flag. Shows you got some big problems, dude. There's the middle finger, and you ran into what is that? A BMW? Man, these people got serious problems, dude. They got serious problems. I was like, that'll be fun to show. And then, of course, then it happened. Somebody gets shot in the protest, and all hickety heck gets loose. Started off with this, the governor. I just spoke with the White House after another horrific shooting by federal agents this morning. Minnesota has had it. This is sickening. The president must end this operation, pull the thousands of violent, untrained officers out of Minnesota now. Yeah. Untrained, violent. It's like the rhetoric that the left use, man, like the rhetoric is the reason why, you know, that's one of the reason why there's violence, bro. You're calling them violent. things like that. The words that you use, you call them threats, you call them Yahtzees, you call them all these names where in people's minds they're like, um, we got to kill these people. They're a threat to our society. We got to get rid of them. And then you wonder why people on your side of the fence act the way they do. It's freaking crazy to me to see that people um get up in a police officer's face, have a gun on you, and then freak out. Then like freak out when it doesn't go your way. I didn't know what was going on. Nandy says also ICE goes through the same training as DEA and other such agencies. Ah. And then I see this. I'm like, oh, snap. At 9 o'clock Central, DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien wanted for violent assault. Violent assault? Y'all let me know if somebody speaks. I'll pull it up right away. Violent assault. This is the left's hero. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, if you run against these people, if you do not use this in your favor, if you do not use these types of things in running a campaign, you're an idiot, man. Shout out Nerd Slap, who made my intros, by the way. Guy just made them for me. I was like, I'm honored. Violent assault. An individual approached the U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Seen here. Thank you, Eldridge. The officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted. More details on the armed struggle are forthcoming. Fearing for his life and the lives of safety fellow officers, agent fired defensive shots. Yeah. Why would you bring a gun to why would you have a gun on you and you're gonna like antagonize federal agent? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Let me see if I can find the where can I find that? Bobo Yogi says, "Where's my book, Jay?" It's on its way. It should get there by March. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this up. The snowstorm, Bobo, is slowing up your shipping. It's slowing up your shipping. Sorry, it might be there in March. The fact that the left keeps pushing this type of narrative and all this stuff, like these people are a threat to your way of life. They're violent. They're a threat to this nation. And these people, these low IQ people in their brain, this TDS, they're like, we got to stop them at all means necessary. So this coming, I don't know if I'm allowed to say what you do for a living, Brian, but this coming from someone well respected in the field. Jay can't stay at work. Saw this pop up. This is a justified use of force, and it will be twisted by the media. Have a great day, brother. Oh, I'm with you on that, Brian. I'm with you on that. With you. What's up, Jay? Been watching you for years. Sorry to hear that. I have that. Federal agent's finger was bitten off. You are correct. You are correct. I mean, there'll be an investigation. I'm gonna leave that up there. Let me turn the volume up. I'll keep my eye on it, and we will. Let me show you. This just in. This stream is gonna be. This stream is gonna be is already yellow flag. So thank you for your super chats. Jay, how close do you think America is to another civil war? I got to tell you, I don't think we are even very close. I think this is blown up by a bunch of progressive leftists that I have video. I'm going to show you where even Democrats, like moderate, they're switching teams because they are sick of these people. They are sick of it. And I think the media spins this to a place where it looks like the country is divided. I feel different, man. I feel completely different. I think it's like 10% of the loudest people. You know this? It's like I'm saying, this stuff only happens. Minnesota, Bruce, you're fine. What did I say? This stuff is happening in Minnesota. Remember, isn't this the same state of George Floyd? Isn't it the same leadership of when the George Floyd riots? It's the same leadership, right? So one state. One state, man. Steve, you could be correct. It's one state that's close to Canada. No offense. Leftist rioters bit off the finger of an HSI officer in Minneapolis. They look exactly how you expect. Ugh. Bro. Is that a woman or a man? What is that? What am I looking at here? And what is this? This is a home haircut gone wrong. This is the kind of haircut that a 5-year-old that thought it would be cute to cut their hair to show mom. That's what kind of haircut that is. That's it. And they think it's cool now. You know? They think it's freaking cool. So yeah, that's also Brian, thanks for the shout out in your video. I saw it. Jay, conservatives don't riot because we have jobs and families to care for. Later, guys. Have a great stream. Yeah, like that's that type of haircut right there. Yeah, I hope you cry. God. Freaking crazy. Old man Hatfield says, "Do you know what's cool? Water cannons. Water cannons are cool." You know what's even cooler? Like keep people in jail. You want to know why people are getting killed? They're a streamer wax uncovered. Wait. They're a streamer waxy uncover in the crowd. Bro, I write it again. You don't have to super chat. I'll look for it. Jay, why are you stealing D-Day? Clearly I am, Michael. Clearly. Clearly there's like rows of $200 super chats here. Clearly. Clearly. This is why right here. Look at this. Look at these. Look at this.
My name is Kyle. I'm Antifa, and there's so much rage in me that I've had to record this like 15 times trying to get the message out. They fucked up. Okay, go watch my other videos. Doesn't matter if you're not here and you're not caught up. You missed the fucking fight. But if you are, it's time to suit up. Boots on the ground. Nicollet and fucking 26th. My house is 4 blocks away. Anywhere between Franklin and Nicollet and 26th and Nicollet. Show up, ready to go. Okay, not talking about peaceful protests anymore. We're not talking about having polite conversations anymore. I am talking specifically to my fucking followers. This is everything I have fucking talked about. And this is exactly what I said was going to happen. This is exactly what I said was going to fucking come when we didn't fucking go and march on fucking Whipple with guns. Sorry, but welcome to America 2026, where Second Amendment is the only thing that's going to keep you fucking protected from literal fucking Nazi gunmen.
These are the same people that want your guns taken away. Now they're for guns. Jay will give us real news and won't say something's important, then turn around and put something stupid up on the stream. Dang, critic, that kind of hurt, man. I'm trying to do my best over here, you know. My bad. I'm sure there's a lot of other shows you can watch that much better. Enjoy. Man, I was just trying to, not you, Jay. I'm talking about Jeremy. Okay, let me go on the stream right now and say I humbly apologize for misreading your first statement. I totally screwed that up, and now I'm the one that's retarded. So please forgive me. And I don't know what else to do, man. I'm sorry.
What more do you want from me?
I owe you $50. Maybe later. Anyway.
That are killing innocent people in the street with impunity. This is not a fucking joke. There's nothing fun to chant about it. Get your fucking guns and stop these fucking people.
Yeah, see, this is why your side is getting killed, because you make these type of statements and you get all, I'm so full of rage, I'm going to get my gun. And what are you going to do, buddy? What are you going to do? You're going to pull your gun out on federal? This stream is about to, I might have to delete this stream afterwards. So shout out. We're talking a lot of stuff here. Let me check on the press conference. Not yet. You're not going to do anything. You're going to act like an internet tough guy. I don't care if you got tattoos on your eyes. I don't care if you have Jeremy's eyebrows. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to go out there and pull your gun out on federal troops. You're not. You're doing this in hoping. I'm telling you, you're hoping that others will do it. You do that, you will not see the next day. You just won't. Like, I don't get it. You're not going to see it. I don't care what state you're in. You're just not going to see it. You are telling people, you are sending people on a self-delete mission with these types of statements. You really are. And eventually something big is going to pop because of people like you. And you're going to be all angry, getting your poop hole drilled in with a guy named Tyrone for the rest of your life because you were angry. Because you were angry. You don't even know what you want. You have all the imagine being angry, this angry in a country that gives you the right to make posts about your government like this on social media. You know what I mean? How angry, like, what is so bad with our country that makes you this angry and look this stupid? You know? My opinion is you have no purpose in life. And when you have no purpose, you're angry that maybe your mom didn't hold you long. Maybe you never got breastfed. I don't know what it is. You're just freaking angry because you have nothing productive of society. So now you've built something up in your head that you've got to fight a war in a country that is so free that allows you to post stuff like this on social media. You will never get away with this kind of crap somewhere else. They're arresting people in Europe right now for memes. They're arresting people for not saying the proper pronouns. And you want to be like, this country's so bad? Get the freak out of here, man. What rights have been taken away from you? I mean, look how ugly you are. We let you walk around with that mug. We're not arresting you for ugliness. Poop hole drilled by Tyrone tag. It's true. Retard tax, Graham. You're right. It's crazy. What's up, Kick? Look, Grapthar's hammer went over to Kick. I don't get it. And it's this type of rhetoric that goes on social media that gets people killed. It really is. It really is. Look at this. People are insane, man. I'm so angry I had to record this thing 10 times. Everybody listen to me. Get your gun and what are you doing? Are you serious? This is who the Democrats were protecting in Georgia. This guy right here, protecting this man. This is what he did.
The Grady County Sheriff's Office announced the arrest of Edgar Lopez on a child molestation charge. Investigators say the alleged victim was 7 years old at the time of the reported incident. The U.S. Marshals Service helped arrest Lopez, who authorities say tried to run when confronted by officers. The sheriff's office says ICE has placed an immigration detainer on Lopez. The great
7-year-old man. Yo, shout out Beardo. I can't do it as good as him, but you know. These people were protesting for this man. 7 years old. 7 years old. I honestly think that's being too nice at this point. You know, you know what they did? You know what the torture was for people like this back in the old days? I'm just saying, before people, they don't understand what I'm trying to say. They put people in a box, right? And they put food on them and floated them in a river where they were eaten alive by bugs. And they couldn't move. They couldn't scratch. Their arms were out. They were in a box. They shut the box. They put in just like food. So people like I just showed you. And they just pushed them out and said, see you later. That the boo box where they were literally eaten alive by every creature, bug, insect. And the pain lasted for up to 2 weeks. Milk and honey torture. Yeah, pretty much. Or they just like, yeah. Yeah, bring that back a few times and see how, you know. And people are like, it's all the white people's fault. No, man, listen. Everybody's sick of these protesters. Everybody. Sorry for the bad language. I don't like cussing over here. Like some people are like, well, my kids watch Jay because he doesn't cuss. This has a lot of bad language, but I think he speaks for a lot of us. So if you don't want the bad, like, turn it down. Bad language. All right. It's not Ripper, but just letting you know.
Listen, I don't know if y'all noticed, but the only niggas who are even entertaining this motherfucking against ICE shit is broke niggas. broke niggas, bro. These niggas are bums. These are bum niggas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that play the game, and I'm talking about look at anime, them just bullshit type niggas, bro. Niggas that goddamn fuck with weird white bitches like them. Like, come on, bro. Like, hey, bro. Real niggas will never align with these weirdos. Like, these are weirdos and bums and fucking white trash, bro. Just to be honest, white trash.
He's talking about them white women, man. He ain't lying. Vlad Dracula was right. Shout out for the $2. Thank you. I see Laughing Man in the chat. What's up, man? He's not wrong. No, sorry for the, facts, but what's wrong with anime? Again, people are sick of these protests. They're sick. This guy might align a little more with Bruce, my man Bruce in the chat. I'm just saying. But this is how people are feeling. That's why I don't think there's no civil war. There's nothing, right? I think it's just clearly people are fed up. Laughing Man's never in my chat. He don't give no more either, Is it cold in Florida? Nah, 80 degrees. 80 degrees, brother. Here we go. This is it. How many people agree with this guy?
Somebody else got shot by ICE. I don't give a damn. Good. Because I don't know why you're bringing a gun to agitate federal officers doing their job. What's your problem? Stay home. I got to find something else to love because Somalians ain't it. It's getting you killed. Stupid ass.
I mean, literally came out and said, someone got shot. Good. The thing is, the funny thing, he titled his video, "Another one bites the ice." Another one bites the ice. I mean, the thing is, it's literally. We know, bro. I know, brother. It's pretty easy not to get shot by ICE. 400 people hanging out with Jay. What do you know? It's I mean, we're just talking common sense here. Is it really that hard to understand? Or why are we not understanding that if you are harassing and agitating and causing chaos where there's a police presence, you don't think tensions are going to be high? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think that for both sides, you blow whistles and spit and kick snow in these police officers' face. You want them to die. You scream F slurs as loud as you can. And then when they see a gun, you're like, what the heck? And then you're going to go cry and be like, I can't believe they're so mean. Get the freak out of here. I don't get it. Like, their thinking is it's screwed up, man. Chris Coran for 20. How you doing, brother? There was a turning point in society telling us we need more forgiveness and understanding to these crimes, not understanding that there is evil and it needs to be handled the only way they understand. Bring back accountability 100%. 100%. I think we've been Chris, Bruce, all my friends, and then everyone in the chat since I've been doing this, we've been saying one thing. Can we have a little law and order? That's all we want. Here's the law. Follow it. Okay? If you hate how things are going, you rally around as many people as possible, get them in the freaking voting booth and change it. That's common sense. Be grateful every day you live in a country that allows you to protest. Reports coming out of Iraq is that these protests, they've lost 5,000 people like getting killed just for protesting the government. But no, America's so bad, right? Do we have problems? Of course we have problems. We're always going to have problems. Can't put 350 million people in a country and not expect to have problems. But man, Minnesota, it's a trend there, right? With people burning everything to the ground, lawlessness, chaos. That's what they harbor, so that's why people move there. Little Jim's Halo, you didn't have to super chat, brother, but thank you. A streamer called Wazzy been covering the protests in Minnesota for the past couple of weeks. Leftists found out who he was right now and threatened. Of course they did. Of course they did. Why am I not surprised? Evil people are eager for rebellion, but they will be severely punished. Now that's a verse. Proverbs 17:11. Our rebellion over here is a little different. That rebellion is rebellion against God, huh? Thanks for the membership, said Graffy. Is that is that Edward Snowden, your profile pic? We have two generations that are given a pass on consequences. It's going to take a lot of butt busting to get them straight. I blame participation trophies. There's something about a character of a person when they lose and they feel that inner pain where it's like, I've got to work harder, stronger. I got to get faster because I don't want to lose again. But when no one, when people can do whatever, you know? Yes, it is. I knew it. I knew it. I see you guys on Rumble, Big Z, Dan the Man, Wiley Dave's on Kick, Binary Recoil. Well, I guess while we're waiting, I can keep going here. This was just a few days ago. People showed up at Tim Walz's home, and he climbed over the gate of his mansion, urging protesters to keep causing trouble and fighting ICE.
You don't speak up. Served on the China Commission.
Hold on. There we go. Ready?
Served on the China Commission in Congress. Ironically enough, as co-chair with Marco Rubio. We used to bring in Chinese political prisoners, and we would ask them, when we speak up and call out your government, is it bad? And they said, well, in the short run, it's bad because they torture us. But if you don't speak up, they will torture us and forget about us. And the idea is right now is we have to be speaking up. We have to go in. You are doing everything, and our neighbors are doing everything. And I can't say enough on this. We're winning it because we're doing it with Minnesota Grit.
You're not winning anything. People are getting shot under your watch. Your town has already been burned down once. What are you winning? Are you winning an award for the biggest fraud ever? What are you freaking winning? What are you winning? All right, here we go. Are you sure she's just talking about She's just talking about the winter. Here we go.
It's going to produce dangerous freezing rain and ice and life-threatening wind chills that will be sustained for days.
She's talking about FEMA.
Power outages, road closures, and other impacts have already started to impact the Midwest, the South, and the East Coast. The most important thing that people can do across this country is to please stay off the roads, to stay home when possible, unless you absolutely have to be out and about. That will not only ensure that you and your family are safe, but that emergency responders aren't out there trying to rescue you when they could be out doing other work to proactively keep people safe and at home. Stay alert by listening to different announcements from your local officials and from your state. We want to remind everybody that in these emergency disaster situations, it's your local officials and local emergency managers that that go out and execute response to these disasters. Your states manage it, and the federal government is here to support. We're here and have been opened and visiting and talking with all of the governors and local leaders to make sure they have everything that they need ahead of time, and that we can be as prepared as possible for what is going to unfold in the coming days. I want you to make sure that you get the chance to visit the website ready.gov to see recommendations and advice for how you can protect your family and be prepared for the storm that is coming. We have 17 different states and the District of Columbia that have already declared states of emergency. President Trump has already approved emergency declarations at the federal level for these following states: for South Carolina, the Commonwealth of Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, Maryland, Arkansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi.
It's crazy.
Indiana,
The
and
AP
West
News
Virginia.
is not airing this.
I'm sure there will be more
Even
coming,
though they
and we
said,
are
live
turning
stream's
those around
starting soon.
immediately to make sure that states
Oh, wow.
have the resources from the
Retard.
federal government that they've requested. I have spoken several times on conference calls, but also called personally governors and local leaders to facilitate
New
the
Englanders, wear your
partnership
heavy
that we
coats.
need to
Mike
help
for two.
keep this federal response streamlined with their state responses. The Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, CISA, our cybersecurity team focused on the electrical grid and our critical infrastructure.
Shout out.
The Coast Guard
Shout
and
out.
our
Thanks
other
for the raid,
federal
homie.
partners are all embedded in state operation centers across the country. Governors remain in the lead on these responses, and we are continuously talking to them to see what they need to continue to take care of their citizens and make sure that people are safe. I activated the National Response Coordination Center, which is where you are right now, 2 days ago, and we are monitoring the storm and coordinating federal support for the affected areas. At my direction, FEMA has already pre-positioned commodities in many locations across the country. We've embedded partners in state emergency operations centers, and we've deployed IMAT teams, incident management assistant teams, with dozens more ready to deploy at any moment, besides those that have already been pre-positioned. We have dozens of urban search and rescue teams that are ready to go out and to save lives in partnership with our local and state authorities should that become necessary. We do have tens of thousands of people in affected states in the South that have lost power. We have utility crews that are working to restore that as quick as possible, and we expect to continue to see that as ice builds on power lines and trees are affected and we see more damage. But we have partnered with our energy companies and rural electric communities to make sure that we are able to facilitate the repairs as soon as possible to get the power on, especially in light of the cold temperatures that we see coming for days on end.
Maybe.
We just ask that everyone would be smart, stay home if possible, take care of your family members, check on your neighbors, and continue to work with your local officials to get through this difficult storm.
I already got the.
And we will continue to pray for
yellow
God to bless
check
this
mark
great
up death.
country and all of the
So,
families
thanks
and
for
the
the
public
super
servants who get up and work to keep people
Probably
safe.
talking about guns
With that,
and stuff.
I'll take any questions that you may have.
Thank you for the
Is
5.
DHS leading the investigation into this shooting? And if so, will there be a criminal investigation? And also, will we see body camera released from the officers involved?
We are conducting this investigation just like we do all other officer-involved shootings, and we'll continue to do that. So that is unfolding, and we'll give you more details as those are released.
Thank you so much for doing this, and would welcome also any other guidance from Chief Scott. Did the 37-year-old who had a license to carry, did he brandish a gun? And at what point did law enforcement retrieve the gun and also the magazines from him? Can you offer clarity on
This
where
individual
those were found?
showed up to impede a law enforcement operation and assaulted our officers. They responded according to their training and took action to defend the officer's life and those of the public around him. And I don't know of any peaceful protester that shows up with a gun and ammunition rather than a sign. This is a violent riot when you have someone showing up with weapons and are using them to assault law enforcement officers.
Shout out,
The
Isaac.
video appears to show he's disarmed before shots are fired. So I just want clarity on that. And beyond that, I just want to follow up and ask who within the federal government is leading the criminal investigation, understanding that CBP OPR has opened up an internal investigation. And beyond that, why did federal agents tell Minneapolis Police Department to leave the scene?
We're continuing to follow the exact same protocols that we always have.
I'll read
And
them
so
all.
this investigation is ongoing. We're continuing to gather the facts as they unfold throughout that. And we'll do it just like we did under the entire Trump administration and previous administrations. Nothing has changed, and we'll continue to release details as we have them. But I want you to not distract away from the facts of this situation. Our law enforcement officers were there doing a targeted operation against an individual who was in this country illegally and had a criminal conviction for domestic assault with intent to do bodily harm and other convictions as well. This individual went and impeded their law enforcement operations, attacked those officers, had a weapon on him and multiple dozens of rounds of ammunition, wishing to inflict harm on these officers, coming brandishing like that and impeding their work that they were doing. We'll continue to allow. That is a different incident that happened at the same situation after the tragedy unfolded. But yes, that's the kind of assaults and violence that our law enforcement officers are facing out in the streets and that the local leaders are encouraging. Remember what Mayor Fry has said. That he wanted ICE out of the city. We have been working and had a presence in that city for years. We are there to enforce the law and to make sure that the public is safe. Just since we have been there, we have arrested thousands of individuals that have criminal convictions and are in this country illegally and gotten them off the streets of Minneapolis. The two things that we've asked the mayor and the governor for is that they would partner with us, and before they let somebody dangerous out of their jails, that they would let us know so we can deport them out of our country. I do not know why they continue to choose the side of lawbreakers, criminals, murderers, and rapists over the citizens of Minneapolis. And this situation that we have today is a tragedy that we don't have to have. We have it because we have a mayor and a governor who encourage this violence and encourage this type of rioting. And remember, these are the individuals that were in charge when Minneapolis burned in 2020. They facilitated it, they encouraged it, and they saw the destruction. And we all watched the destruction of that city back then. It doesn't have to happen again. It appears that they're following the same playbook. And the reason that they're doing it is to distract from the corruption that they have facilitated in fraud and theft from the American taxpayers. Tens of billions of dollars they have been funneled into criminal pockets and stolen from vulnerable people that needed these programs to take care of their children, to go out and provide services to individuals that were developmentally disabled, people that needed programs that the federal government has to take care of those that are less fortunate and need it. And instead, Governor Walz and Mayor Fry allowed that kind of theft to continue, and now they want to perpetuate violence against our law enforcement officers.
Rip them
to cover it
apart.
up.
Yes. Rip them apart.
Made claims that the individual posed a threat to law enforcement. I guess
That is no claim. It is the facts. The
what
facts of this
evidence-
situation.
what evidence
This
do you have?
individual showed up to a law enforcement operation with a weapon and dozens of rounds of ammunition. He wasn't there to peacefully protest. He was there to perpetuate violence. And he was asked to show up and to continue to resist by a governor who's irresponsible and has a long history of corruption and lying. And we won't stand for it anymore. These law enforcement officers take an oath. They get up every single day and they go out to protect the public. Many of these individuals live in their communities. And this mayor and this governor have doxed them. They have allowed people to threaten them and their families and expose their identities in order to instill fear and violence. And that's not what America is about. We're going to continue to tell the truth about Minnesota, Minneapolis, what happened here, the theft over the last many years that these leaders have facilitated, and we're going to continue to do our work to get to the bottom of the investigations. And the one question you should be asking is the mayor, the governor, and the attorney general have all confirmed that they have been subpoenaed to come in front of a criminal federal grand jury. So they are covering up and are being in a part of a system where they are going to be brought to justice for anything that they had to do with this investigation. They have confirmed they've been subpoenaed, and they will be in front of a grand jury to get that criminal investigation unfolding and to disclose the kind of fraud that they have allowed to happen.
And do you have any plans to leave Minneapolis?
The White House has labeled the man who was killed in Minnesota as a domestic terrorist. Is that something you agree with? And have you seen any evidence to back up that claim?
When you perpetuate violence against a government because of ideological reasons and for reasons to resist and perpetuate violence, that is the definition of domestic terrorism. This individual who came with weapons and ammunition to stop a law enforcement operation of federal law enforcement officers committed an act of domestic terrorism. That's the facts.
Where's the evidence of his ideology, though?
Drew Evans, of the superintendent of Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, had said during a news conference today that when federal agents blocked his agency from the shooting scene, when they went, got a judicial warrant, they returned, they were still blocked. Why were they
We
blocked?
have asked these state officials to help partner with us on law enforcement operations for months. Ever since President Trump came into the White House, we've asked them for their partnership to stand alongside of us so we could do targeted operations against criminal illegal aliens and to help us make their streets safer. They have refused over and over and over again, and they have perpetuated a narrative that is absolutely false. And our federal law enforcement officers will continue to do their work, and they'll do that to make America safe again.
Secretary,
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry, this is the second DHS law enforcement operation shooting that's happened this year. There was another incident in Portland. 5 people have also died in immigration detention so far this year. Why is immigration enforcement becoming so deadly under your tenure?
Immigration enforcement is exactly what the American people asked for. When we had a Democrat administration in the White House that facilitated an invasion of millions of people over our southern border and let people come into this country that were completely unvetted. We know for a fact that we had hundreds, if not thousands, of terrorists, suspected terrorists, criminal organizations and gangs that came in and have been committing criminal activities against American citizens for years now, that the American people said enough is enough. We want them out of our country. We want them brought to justice. And they trusted President Trump to go out there and to make America safe again. It is absolutely false to say that there's more incidents with our law enforcement than there was in history before. In fact, our accuracy and our operations are being conducted in a manner that is historic for accuracy and taking care of people and doing so safely. So the narrative with the press that they've perpetuated that we have more individuals that have been jeopardized or that our detention centers aren't at the highest standards is absolutely false. Our detention standards and the people that are being taken care of there are at the highest level they've ever been. They exceed state and local standards, and we'll continue to do that and make sure that people have the facts around how people are treated when they're brought into detention, and then we take them home.
Secretary, we've seen some reports about witnesses being taken to the Whipple Federal Building in Minneapolis. Could you explain why the witnesses of the shooting this morning have been taken to that building?
The witnesses are you talking about the ones that have been detained that are illegal aliens?
No, the witnesses, I think, to the event in Minneapolis.
I won't speak to the investigation and the details, and those will continue to unfold, but I do know that we're continuing to follow the same protocols that we always have.
Secretary, no.
Was there a question back here on the storm?
Does anyone have a question on the storm? We are at FEMA headquarters.
Secretary Noem,
Yes.
If these are targeted arrests, why are these immigration agents going after civilian protests out of their way? And second,
This individual impeded the law enforcement officers and attacked them. State the facts as they unfolded on the street today. We were doing a targeted operation against an illegal criminal, and this individual came with a weapon and dozens of rounds of ammunition and attacked them. And these agents took action to defend their lives and to defend the lives of the people around them and acted according to their training. And we will continue to let this process go forward and not allow people like Governor Walz and Mayor Fry to lie about what actually unfolded on that street. Now they have deemed this situation an unlawful assembly, and these leaders aren't even cleaning up the situation that they have as far as the violent riots that we see unfolding in Minneapolis right now. They need to be strong, take action, protect their citizens, and partner with us to go after these criminals that perpetuate violence and to keep our law enforcement officers safe. Let's all be grateful for people who take an oath every day and they go out.
Yeah, the questions are stupid.
That is their job, is to enforce
But
the
she's
laws
firing
and to
right
make
back.
sure that there is consequences for breaking the law in this country,
Hey, Maddie.
and that it applies equally to everybody. That is what they do. They do it every day. They do thousands of operations every single week, and they do it with excellence. Don't let political corrupt leaders who are just trying to cover up their theft of American taxpayer dollars try to distract you from the facts of the situation.
Jason.
Question right here.
Governor Tim Walz said he told Susie Wiles that Minnesota would take the lead on this investigation. Are you working with local law enforcement on the investigation?
How you feeling today,
This
Jason?
is the same protocol we'll always follow. Who would trust Governor Walz at this point? The man has stood up and encouraged resistance. He has refused to partner with us. He's sacrificed his citizens' safety and their well-being by choosing the side of people who break the law and who steal money and who perpetuate violence. He has chosen all of that and backed an administration previously that allowed an invasion of our country. We need to partner with people who truly understand that the law is the law, and in the United States, we will keep people safe. Thank you. Last question.
Does this move the president closer to invoking the Insurrection Act?
The president will use every tool that he needs to follow through on his promises to the American people. I'm proud to work for a president that wants to keep people safe, and he recognizes that political individuals like Governor Walz and Mayor Fry need to be met head on with recognizing that we're not going to allow them to distract us from what they've facilitated for corruption in their state. We're going to treat Minneapolis exactly the way that we have treated every other city across this country as far as helping to make those streets safe. Remember, we have other cities with Democrat mayors, Republican mayors that we worked well with together. We've driven down the crime rates. We've driven down the murder rates. We have continued to keep people safe, and we have stopped hundreds of millions of lethal doses of drugs from killing our children, and have continued to do operations to make sure that we're protecting them, our kids and our grandkids, from the criminal networks that Joe Biden let in and leaders like Governor Walz allowed to be successful and to thrive on the streets of Minneapolis. It's going to stop. All of the control in this situation is in Governor Walz's hands. Partner with us on, before you release a murderer out onto the streets, give them to us so we can get them out of our country. We are focused specifically on child pedophiles and sexual assault and trafficking rings in Minneapolis, have brought dozens and dozens of them to justice. Why is he protecting them and refusing to work with us? All he has to do is, before you let somebody out of your jail onto the streets, is give them to us so we can get them out of our country. The second thing is just keep people safe. Work with us so that we can go get these criminals and get out of there and not have to worry about our law enforcement officers getting attacked by individuals with guns and ammunition and weapons and assaulting and doxing them and their families. We'll continue to do all that we can. We also want to continue to make sure that everybody recognizes this storm is significant. It's the largest storm that we've seen impact the most states and this big of a population in possibly decades. So we want everybody to recognize the seriousness of it.
She sure is. Holy fudge.
We will continue to give you announcements. We'll continue to work with your governors to get the resources that you need. Go to our website, ready.gov, and get a list of recommendations from us, but continue to pay attention to your local officials, and we'll continue to have conversations with every one of your emergency management directors and your governors to make sure that they're supported throughout this process. Again, it's going to be very, very cold. So we'd encourage everybody to stock up on fuel, stock up on food, and we will get through this together. With that, thank you, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.
The head of the DHS, Kristi Noem.
There we go. Now, why? This is crazy, right? So the AP refused to go live with Kristi Noem. She's on a massive delay here.
When they went, got a judicial warrant,
They started.
still blocked.
They just
We have
started
law enforcement officers there, but a very
13
different
minutes
result
ago.
because of the
Which means if they didn't want her live, look at the chats just going crazy, like slamming her to the ground, calling her a liar, a devil. Look at that. It makes me wonder, why didn't they not hold her live? Why didn't they just let her speak live? Is that because like they wanted to censor something that they didn't want to hear? Any type of truth? Look at all this. Liar, resign, liar. As if she sees that. As if she freaking is watching the Associated Press's live stream that is on an hour delay. Oh my goodness, these people, man. Holy crap, these people are so. Why would they not put her on? Why would they wait an hour? Especially when she has, excuse me, information on like the storm, like the bad storm that's coming through. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. It's like she was giving out information about people dealing with the cold. Why would they postpone that an hour and say that was live? It's something. Something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. I got supers I'm gonna read, and Doug B dropping 20. I see you, brother.
But my guess is the same as yours. And look, left-wing violence is a problem in this country, Jesse. We've said this time and time again. My dear friend Charlie Kirk was murdered by a left-wing radical. The President of the United States was almost killed a year and a half ago. And then again, a few months after that, we have a real crisis where there are far too many left-wing people who don't want to debate, who don't want to disagree, who don't want to try to persuade their fellow citizens. They want to try to kill their fellow citizens, and that's a real problem. You feel, but my guess.
Yeah. Crazy. We'll go over President Trump's statement. Unless somebody else is going live to talk about this, let me know. I don't want to put that gay man up. Let's see. I think I was right around here. Demonetization fund. Yeah, when you're on YouTube and you talk about people getting shot and killed, they don't like that stuff. They don't like it. So you get like they give you like it's not a bad thing. It's like you can't make money off ads. So they're like, yeah, it's a little too controversial over here. We're gonna like restrict the ad revenue. Even though you guys watched an ad, I won't get it. It'll go. It's just how it is. Isaac with a 99-cent shout out. Swanee says agreed. Demonetize fund. Not going anywhere except Uber to work tomorrow. Yeah, I heard someone hit your car, old Renaissance boomer. Be safe out there, man. Demonetization tax for the Don. Also get Vindicta. Darn right. Crossed 1,200 books sold. Shout out to all you guys, man. Dan MS is which gay man? The mayor. The mayor. Protect her at all costs. I think she's going to do a great job. I don't know what this is all about. Cis Beardo. Mexico wants to invade us, so the evidence suggests. Oh, come on. I'm sure they do. And Doug B triggers the Rose Tico on a Saturday. Huh. Get tit. Wicked knows what I'm talking about. The dreaded yellow. Not demonetized, just the stream, just the stream. It's yeah, there he is. He showed up. It's limited. I'm not demonetized. You can still send, not demonetized. Yeah, the dreaded yellow monetization. That's all. That's all. Doug B shouting out with 20 gifts to the chat. Just say you get a gift and you get a gift and you get a gift. 20. Look at this guy right here. Edward Snowden is in my chat. Shout out. You get more roast tea. Y'all starting a party up in here. What's up? What's going on? Caman became a member. Nandy denied again. A lot of green in here, man. A lot of green. A lot of green. Donald Trump says this is the gunman's gun. Oh, look at Wicked. What a pair. Blowing a, what do you call those things? What do you call that thing, man? You put that thing in your mouth and you blow it and it's the pinwheel. Like, what do you call that thing? What is that? What is that? What is that called? Party blower? What? A kazoo? Nah, it's not a kazoo. But I know what you're trying to say. Party blower? Is it really called a kazoo? I apologize if that's what it's called. Party horn? It's a pinwheel, right? It's like a paper and then you blow on it and it gets really long and it makes a sound, when you blow on it. You know what I'm talking about? Party noisemaker, party whistle. Stop Jet. Yeah, let me I know this chat, it's they're gonna take it the wrong way because they want more Rose, Tico, Jack. It's a party. Get ready. Turn it up or turn it down, but turn that frown upside down, baby. Lady Aaron D says you blow on it and it gets long. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Quince the night boss? I don't know, man. But we got to do it soon, Bruce. We got to do it soon. You blow on it and it gets really long. What are you saying here? Lady Aaron D, shame on you. Because Casey just dropped another... I have a weird way of explaining things. Casey said that roast Tico slaps extra hard when it's freezing. Slaps extra hard. Blow on it, make it long. Look, I'm just saying, you guys know exactly what y'all talking about. Y'all got dirty bird mind. Y'all got to figure that out. I don't know. I don't know. Something like that. We're trying to talk serious. There was stuff that was happening. I don't know if I'm allowed to show the I don't know if I'm allowed to show the videotape of the guy that got shot. I don't know if I can show that on YouTube. I accidentally derailed the chat. I was just celebrating. I don't get it, Jay. Explain. Ask Lady Aaron D. What are you blowing, Jay? Look. Hey, look, George Lucas.
And they use something they call pyroprocessing. The interesting thing is they call it pyroprocessing, but it's a molten salt process. They're dissolving this thing in a molten salt, and they're doing electrochemistry on it. Why don't they call it molten salt? They want no association.
And the Masked Marvel. He dropping 5 gifted memberships to the channel. Another. Chad, I'm going to pray for you. Yeah. Lady Aaron D is still agitating this whole thing. Jay, you said, you know the thing. I'm not even going to read. I know what I said, but you know what I was trying to explain. You know what I was trying to explain. Let me see what we got here. Man, there's not even a video on YouTube. I looked up party pinwheels and it's some fat lady cooking. Looks good though. Yo, this guy. I got some competition over here for the rebellion, man. Like, what the heck? Look at this guy. This guy just came up in my feed. He writes chaos. Look at him.
Building, which would free up the Minneapolis.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Matt Morse TV. Wait, I probably shouldn't put him up because then people will go over there and watch him instead of me. Yeah, that was a mistake. I just kind of cost me probably 100 viewers, but you know. Yeah, that's how it is in my life. Anyway, Donald Trump said this is the gunman's gun loaded with 2 additional full magazines and ready to go. What is this all about? Where are the local police? Why weren't they allowed to protect ICE officers? The mayor and the governor called them off. It is stated that many of these police were not allowed to do their job, that ICE had to protect themselves. Not an easy thing to do. He calls out Omar having $34 million in their account. And where are the tens of billions of dollars that have been stolen from the once great state of Minnesota? Man, he's going off here. Massive fraud, billions of dollars missing, illegal criminals that are not allowed. We want the money back. We want it back now. Those fraudsters who stole that money are going to jail where they belong. All right. You said it. They're going to jail. Let's see it. We want to see it. There's no different than a really big bank. This is no different than a really big bank robbery. Much of what you're witnessing is a cover-up for this theft and fraud. You think this is it? Chat, let me ask you this. I talk to my chat, not like these other guys, okay? I'm not like the other guys, so thank you for being here. Do you think Tim Walz and the mayor, you think they are happy that someone got shot by ICE so they can gaslight it even more? So people will stop talking about the freaking daycare and get more riot. They need the riots, right, to protect themselves. Is that it? Yeah, a lot of yeses. A lot of yeses. They're hoping that they'll riot and set the city on fire, so all the evidence is gone. Don't know if they're happy, but they'll use it. That's fair. Is that a real question? It is. It is. Antifa calling for chaos in the street armed. Yeah, I played that clip earlier. I played that clip. We made fun of that guy. John Ambler with a good point. Is Minnesota never not on fire? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Jeremy Springer, thank you. Jeremy Springer, thank you for the $2 donation. Democrats' playbook is never let a tragedy go to waste. Spider Unlimited, shout out, brother. Jay, I talked to my chat, not like the others. Proceeds to ask chat how to correctly blow. Oh, to make it bigger and stuff about hard slap. Well, you know, that's what you get over here. That's why I don't have 3,000, you know. You know? You know? You know? Spider's not wrong, yeah. Well, anyway, much of what you're witnessing is a cover-up for this theft and fraud. The mayor and the governor are inciting erection. I mean, insurrection. With their pompous, dangerous, and arrogant rhetoric. Instead, I quit. I quit.
Ah, fragile. It must be Italian.
Well, I think that says fragile, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Let our ICE patriots do their job. 12,000 illegal alien criminals, many of them violent, have been arrested and taken out of Minnesota. If they were still there, you would see something far worse than what you're witnessing today. It's a Saturday, man. It's a Saturday. It's supposed to be chilling, you know, and doing our whole thing. All right, let's before we play this, let me let you guys know this is graphic, sort of, and I like this guy, Matt. Let's see. Here we go. Breaking new video footage has emerged that appears to show 3 new things we didn't know before. It appears that the new footage that the man who was shot assaulted a woman. What? Focus, Jay. We got ice everywhere. I can't believe I said that other word. Can we get the wasp emojis, please? Wasp has come in and stung everybody with her butt. You know, before we play this video, all right, before we play this video, we got to play this one. Just because, you know, I just gotta, you know, I got to get focused, okay? Thank you for the $20 donation, Wasp. I got to get focused. Let's have a little spin of yarn, right?
All right, stop. Cooperate and listen. ICE is packing and they ain't missing. Protest, but you're getting too cocky. Don't mess around, could be outland and jockeyed. Will they ever stop? No, they're too slow. Not scared of clowns, you bozo. To the Walgreens, you help yourself like a vandal. Running you down, I'm on foot like a sandal. Vance, JD go be the next Prez. 22-8, mega part 2, don't tread on us. Obvious, it's jealousy. Anyone close to me, blessed to be smelling me. Love it or hate it, you better obey. Put your hands up if the officers say. If there ain't a problem, all absolve it. Show me the docs, promise you won't get hauled in. Ice, ice, baby. Don't mess with ice, ice, baby. No, don't do it, man. Come to the country the right way. With your papers dotted and signed, don't fight me. If you legit, I'll quit this pressing. Otherwise, orange jumpsuit you're dressing. Lock 'em up if you're jumping walls. Gonna have to answer to Big Lee Smalls in a mega hat. With the ICE, you'll be all good if the car be green. Ice, ice, baby.
The channel's definitely getting Laughing Man said, do I still have the Canadian Bear onesie? Of course, in my closet. In my closet. Let's see. Apparently, this is the guy that was, we mix it up here. If you're new here, we kind of mix it up here. We do a little, little song and dance, and then we'll get into the news. And the man fatally shot by ICE has been identified as ICU nurse Alex Jeffrey Peretti. No, Peretti. Is that how you say his name? I'm not trying to profile anybody. Yeah, thank you, KJL, for the 5. Demonetization tax. It was worth it. Pretty? Is that how you say his name? Pretty? Pretty? Huh. Okay, there's that. And then oh shoot. I lost my spot. Sorry. Where was this? All right, here we go. It appears the new footage of a man who was shot assaulted a woman. What? It's now clear. It's now very clear that the federal agent sees something that makes him quickly pull out his weapon. It's clear that the man is still fighting and moving after we hear the first shot fired, so it's unclear who shot. That's the thing right here is like, listen to this. This woman is agitating ICE. Anyway. They're blowing whistles like right in their ear, dude. They're blowing whistles like right in their freaking ear, man. All I hear is them blowing whistles in their ear and screaming profanity that they hope they effing die. That's all I'm hearing. That's it. Like, this is what they're doing to these people.
Go.
All right, is that him right there standing in the street, like trying to get hit by a car? Is that him? Like trying to like dude. So he charges the ICE here. He charges them right there with a he's got a gun on him. We know that. It's concealed.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
This lady's screaming at him. What the F is wrong with you? Bro, I hate this. I hate like the dude is standing in the middle of the street. Almost gets hit by a car, and then they scream at him, what the F is wrong with you? I don't freaking get it, man. If you're gonna protest. Stand in the line. Wave your sign. They play it's like they agitate and agitate and agitate and agitate. And then they play victim. They cry. Look, this guy's all right. So this is the guy. He has someone. This person gets too close to the ICE person. He gets shoved down. That's going to happen. All right. They get out the spray. somehow this guy's like grabbing this woman and pulling him. All right. Pulling this lady. Look, he's grabbing a hold of this woman and not letting go. They separated.
Fuck people. The fuck is wrong with you?
You got some retard lady screaming, "What is wrong with?" You're screaming profanities in there. Like, am I missing something? Am I freaking missing something? Like, is this like the kind of behavior just allowed like it's every day? Could I put a whistle in and walk up to a school or like a department store and start blowing it, saying this is my right to protest? Everybody that's walking in there? Could I go up to a police officer and blow a horn like right in their face and be like, this is my right to protest? And then if they say stop, I scream at them, what the F is wrong with you? Like, am I missing something here? I don't get it. Why are they like you? What do you?
Honestly.
This person's getting separated. They're about to arrest this guy. All right. I can clearly hear gun, gun, gun. Gun, gun, gun. And everybody jumps back. Gun, 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 gun. Shot. Did you? I hear something different. Did you guys hear it? Did I hear? I heard gun, 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 and then I heard the first shot. I'm hearing gun, gun, gun. That's what I'm hearing. I'm just saying, if you hear something different, then I'm hearing gun, gun, gun. The whistles and yelling. Yeah, it's like she stops and you hear gun, gun, gun. Yeah, got a gun, got a gun, got a gun.
What did you just do? What the fuck did you just do? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! 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 The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do? Yes, Liz, somebody call the ambulance. Somebody call the ambulance. Somebody needs to call the ambulance. Somebody call 911. I can't believe they just did that. Holy shit.
I mean, I'm all for people conceal carry and doing all that. Police officers trying to drag, like, if you, police officers trying to arrest you, drag you down, and you're fighting them and you have a gun. What do you think? Like, what do you think is going to happen? If I did that, what? I mean, the same thing would happen to me. I don't understand. Like, why don't they understand that? I don't understand that. I agree. I agree. Buddy, don't come in here and try to talk your trash. You in the wrong stream. All right. Don't come in here and trash America and all this crap. Don't come in here and do that. Go watch somebody else that you could go jerk off to, okay? I ain't it. All right? I ain't it. I'm sick of people like you coming in here and like freaking saying that this is this is America, this is bad. This is people from your side, all right? Antagonizing weak-minded people to carry guns around police officers and behave this way. This is your side of the people saying, get your guns, do your thing. That is insanity, bro. That is freaking insanity. So don't come in here and be like, I saw your other post. Sadly, this is America now. It's America. No. It's aggravating. This should never have happened. It should have never have happened. Should have never have happened. I'm all for peaceful protest. That's why we live in this country. Protest. I showed the peaceful protest earlier. I said, this is how you do it. If you want a peaceful, this ain't it, man. Standing in the middle of the street, screaming profanities. Earlier on, they were throwing snow, blowing whistles in their ears, saying, I'm gonna effing kill you. That's protesting? That ain't protesting. You're asking for trouble. I'm sorry. You're asking for it. You're asking for it, man. I don't care what side of the political side you're on. You're asking for when you behave that way. It's terrible. Don't show up packing with 2 clips and no ID antagonizing everyone. I mean, you got to be pretty stupid to do that. And then don't even come in here and be like, "Oh, this is America." This is Minneapolis. This freaking Minneapolis. They don't do this crap in Florida. They don't do this crap in Texas. Even the protesters that don't agree with me politically or I don't agree with them, they are smart enough to understand the laws that we have in my state. They're smart enough to understand. And while they can make fun of me and what I believe in, I can make fun of them and we go about our day. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This is the same state that they set on fire a few years ago. You know? These people feel they have a free pass against law and order. They think they have a free pass to do whatever they want, to antagonize police, to do all that stuff. I'm sorry. You can disagree with me all you want. This ain't America, man. That ain't America. This is Minneapolis and the leadership there. And Kristi Noem was correct. Before she said it's so simple. We wouldn't have had these problems if the governor and the mayor, all they had to do is we have these illegals locked up in jail. All you got to do is turn them over. That's all you got to do. But you let them go. And now we got to go hunt them down? What the freak, man? What am I missing here? What am I missing? I don't care what political side you're on. You want to conceal carry, do it legally, go for it. We got open carry here in Florida. I don't know who that guy voted for when I see them with a gun. I don't know, but I'm glad we have that law. That's me. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It pains me to see this thing, man. It pains me. It really does. If I have a right to free speech, I have a right to not listen to your speech. These people are mad that everyone ignores them, so they violate other people's rights with their loud noises and blocking traffic. Yeah, that's why attacking the church was like a great idea because they know they'd make every headline. Once cops know you have a gun, you are a threat. Lurking with Jay is A-okay. I'm not trying to get all riled up. It's just like, dang, man. Jay, paid protesters read from the same script. Yeah. March for Life in D.C., not bringing guns. March and pray. Yeah, the news media didn't cover that thing. You know? I got my listen, I know I joke with him all the time. Big phrase in the chat. I time him out for a say. It's all entertainment jokes. He freaking lives in Australia where he can't do anything. Look, he even asked the question, Jay, what is open carry? You know what that is, big phrase? That means I can carry around my gun where people can see that I have a gun in the state of Florida. I can put my gun on my hip. I can carry my I don't want to say guns that I have. I'm just saying I can carry it around my strap. And as long as like the store or church or wherever is like okay with that, you respect the laws and off you go. That's all I'm saying. That's open carry. That means I can end up going into a Walmart, and if they're like, whatever, Walmart's okay with open carry, you're gonna see people with guns on their hip. So that it's like they had like the old West. Yeah, like the old West. Jay has Nerf guns. That's correct. That's correct. The funniest thing about Florida is the sheriff, Grady Judd's like, we're not worried about the people that have guns. It's the ones that don't have guns in Florida that make it a little suspicious. Kind of a joke. Jay calls his gun a gat. Yeah, open carry a water gun. Come on now. Also, big phrase, my friend from Australia. You know what else we could do here in Florida? If someone is banging on your door in your house, at your house, in your property, and that's a threat, you can click, clack, put them in a nap, and they'll never wake up from, and you're okay. There's a castle law. In Florida, it's called stand your ground. You know? Imagine that. The not so free countries don't understand that. This is insanity what I'm seeing. Maybe if the left-wing politicians and media weren't brainwashed, the low IQ that the right is evil, no one would get hurt. They gaslight these people, man. This is what they want. They want this kind of chaos because it takes the focus away from like stuff. Big phrase, serious question, serious question. What is the Australian gun law? Are you allowed to have a gun in your home? Are you allowed to own a gun? Because I can just walk down the street and buy a gun and bring it back home. I see you, Andrew. I see you in the chat, brother. I see what you're saying. Is Florida constitutional carry or do you still need a permit? You don't need a permit anymore. You don't need a permit. I don't know much. You better ask Rhino. All right, I respect. Spearing with a gifted membership. Thank you. Did you see the story of the protester who bit the finger off the ICE agent? Yeah, we talked about that already. You're a little bit behind, Spider. A little bit behind. A little bit behind. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off. Like I get freaking aggravated when it's like this is.
Holy shit! Just come on. Come on.
Now a guy was just killed. A guy was just killed in front of you while you were recording. Then you want to look at other people? You want to look at other people, then run back to the police? Are you insane? Like what? I'm missing something here with these people. I don't get it.
Oh my God, you fucking people, man. You're fucking killing us. Why would you do that? Oh my God, oh my God. I can't believe I'm seeing this. I can't believe I'm seeing this. Oh my God. Come on, come on, come on, come here, come on. Come here.
Dang, ICE agent just fell right on his butt too.
Come here, come on.
What does he have? The medical stuff? He falls. Bang.
Come here. It is.
Man, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Man, shout out Wasp coming back, stinging the whole chat with a $50 donation. Love Constitutional Republic. Big Phrase says, chat, Jay says we're friends, so he really does love me. All right, that's it, man. You're getting banned. I'm sorry. Why'd you make me do it, brother? Off you go. Into the shadow realm. You had to push it by putting all caps, man. What are you doing, man? Come on. Here, Wasp is dressed like a wasp in her avatar. Look at that. $50 donation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're too nice to me. You're too good to me. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. Cole Hauser for 5 says, when you F with professionals, you get hurt permanently. I don't like. Why would I feel like I'm screaming into the abyss. Because I don't get it. Like I don't freaking get it. Thank you, Wasp, for the $50 donation. And Cole Hauser right back. And just like that, the left loved armed white men. Don't that meme say it all, right? Don't that meme say it all? Yeah. I'm like looking through the comments. I'm like, who it If I'm out of line here, you got to let me. Yeah, he was drawing his gun. If I'm out of line here, y'all got to let me know because I think this is. Where is he drawing his gun? That he had the gun in his hand right there. That the gun right there? Bro, I don't maybe I was raised different. I don't know, man. If I'm bringing my gun, if I'm at a I'm not if the cops are coming at me and I got my gun on me, it's literally I have a gun. I have my gun. I'm concealed carry. I have my gun. I have my gun. I have my gun. I have like, you know, insane. Well, the camera lady yells 911. That's rich. Look at these comments. Someone call 911, but not me because I'm filming. That says a lot, doesn't it? This is all a smokescreen to distract from the billions of dollars in fraud. Yeah, we went over that too. Someone call 911, but I got to film because I need to, get this on my TikTok so I can get more views. Howdy, Jay. Aussie gun laws are similar to Cali, even more restrictive in some ways, and current government is trying to restrict them even further. Ah, man, I'm afraid the day we lose our guns is the day we lose. Thank you, Mountain Mud, for the 5. He pulled his gun. He wasn't just carrying. Yeah, it appears to be so. Jerry, thank you for the member message. Jerry Springer for 5. Where was this outrage for all the people Minecraft audio? Yes. Yeah. That was released out of jail up to 77 times. F off Libertard. Yeah. Libertards. Sorry. They don't have outrage for that. They protect the criminals, you know? My phone can make calls. It's the other thing too is let's see. I'm like, there's all kinds of angles or something. I don't know. Oh no, Mass Marvel, why did you do this? I can't retweet this. I can't do it. I can't retweet this. Oh, look at Wicked. What a pair. Blowing a, what do you call those things? Erection. No, I didn't say that. What do you call that thing, man? Erection. You put that thing in your mouth and you blow it and it's the pinwheel. Like, what do you call that thing? What is that? What is that? What is that called? Erection. Party blower? What? A kazoo? Nah, it's not a kazoo.
This is Lady Aaron D's
Erection.
fault. I gotta be
look
honest.
at Wicked. What a pair. That's Lady Aaron D's fault. I'm trying to see. said no. That was a this is what I'm saying. Fake news. It was a mashup of a bunch of things. That's all I'm saying. Oh man, they're going to they're gonna spin this like you wanna know what's funny? What's gonna happen to Renee Good? Renee Good's gone now. No one's gonna talk about her anymore. She's over and done with. We got a new victim here. We got the better videotape here. That's what's gonna be. You know, they move on to the next victim. You know, and that'll be it. Um, she's old news. Yeah, yeah. She's old news.
I gotta respond to this wet soy boy, Mr. Frey, the mayor.
This guy sounds like he's from New York, so this ought to be pretty good. Wet soy boy.
Over there in Minneapolis, who on his press conference this morning was begging us Americans to have some compassion and humanitarian. And we will be on the right side of history when our grandchildren ask us, which side of history were you on? You know, with all of this going on. Let me tell you, Mr. Frey, the reason this shit's going on right now is because of people like you that wanted those borders open, that wanted these sanctuary cities to allow anybody to come in here unvetted, not checked for diseases, crime, criminal records, pedophilia, rape, murder, drugs. You opened up this can of worms and you fucked everything up. All of you did. And now what's happening to some decent people that have been here for decades are being taken and thrown away when they were just here, accepted. It happens. It's leakage. I'm sure one of my ancestors from Italy swam over off the boat and didn't go through the system, but he assimilated and we let it go. It's accept. But now everything's just chaotic. You opened up those can of worms. This is on your watch. All of you humanitarians out there. Let me tell you something about the right side of history, fucko. You know what side of history I'm going to be on? And I still am on? I'm on a side of history that wishes that this young lady right here, Jocelyn, was still alive, 12 years old, tied to a tree and repeatedly raped, then strangled and thrown in a fucking river like a bag of dead cats by illegal aliens, Mr. Frey. You know what side of history I'm on, fucko? I'm on a side of history that wishes this young lady, this poor homeless woman, the Brina Kawam, nobody even knows her name, set on fire in the New York subway. Nobody helped her, standing there, burning alive. Look at the picture, Mr. Frey, and the rest of you fucking humanitarians. Nobody. This woman, I wish she was still alive. That's the side of history I want to be on. Who burnt her? An illegal alien. The side of history I want to be on, Mr. Frey, is the side of history that wishes hundreds of thousands of our young adults were still here and not dead from fentanyl coming over that fucking open border into these sanctuary cities. That's the side of history I'm gonna be on, fucko. So you could take your fucking bullshit, humanitarianism, and stick it up your fucking ass. Like the rest of you fake fuckers out there.
I don't talk like that. But yeah. That's it, man. 100%. 100%. 100%. They never bring up the again. I bring up look at my brother. I bring up, you know, in Minneapolis too, it's that freaking person shot up that Catholic school and shot up children. Boy, did they forget about that, you know? Those children that just went to Catholic school and they let a crazy transgender go in and shoot that school up. And what did they do? Wanted to protect trans lives. You know? Horrible, man. This is why I am, you know, this is why we do this part. This is why we, whatever. It's like, And I pray to the good Lord above, man, to give me patience and to give us all wisdom and direction in what we have to do in all this, because it's so ugly. It's so ugly. 12 years old, dude. Are you kidding me? And y'all want to defend these people? Like, is Bucko New York for Billy? I don't know. You know? I lack faith, so I work and drink. This world has gotten depressing. Man, you don't need to do that. Get your faith back up, man. There's a lot of good out there. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good out there, bro. It just never gets highlighted. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. The reason why it's getting to this point is because they're losing. They're freaking losing. So they are grasping at everything that they possibly can. Have some faith, man. It's always darkest before the dawn. You know? Breaking: National Guard has arrived in Minneapolis. There's also warning among protesters that the LRAD has been spotted mounting on Humvees. All right, Christians in the chat, what is that scripture? Where darkness abounds, grace does much more abound. Sometimes I got to hold on to that every single day, you know? What is that? Did I get that right? I don't want to the last thing I want to do is misquote Jesus. Anywho, with the prayer emoji. Keep your head up, brother. Keep your head up, brother. See the vid of the anti-ice vest guy cross-dressing? I don't want to see that, but no, I haven't seen that. Don't forget that judge just lets all the people who invade that church out of jail. They're not out of jail yet. The system there is wrecked. Sent you a picture in DM Quality Learning Center. Yeah. Appreciate it. The scripture is Austin 3:16. Oh. Romans 5:10, and the law came in besides that the trespass might abound, but where sin abound, grace did much more exceedingly. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Austin 3:16. Excuse me. I guess we're going to find out what's going to happen here. National Guard. Well, let's play one last video. Let's play one last video. Sometimes you got to smile, man, in the midst of it all and push through, man. You guys got this. Listen to this. This is great. This is great. Let's leave on a laugh, huh?
This is your favorite meteorologist reporting live from the snowstorm. It's very cold. It's colder than the average Somali IQ. It's very cold, very low temperatures. You know, their IQs are very low, but the temperatures are lower than that, which means it's very cold. You have big, beautiful flakes falling from the sky, fat flakes. It looks like Chris Christie falling out of the sky, but we get along very well with the snow. In a few hours, we're expecting ice. You love ice. We all love ice. except when it gets on the power lines. Then we want to abolish ice, but we hope the power stays on, and we hope you stay warm. You don't like it when your temperatures get lower than the Somali IQ. It's very hard to get that low, but it's very low. So the flakes are huge. The flakes are huge. The flakes are fat. Like Chris Christie falling out of the sky. The flakes are fat. But it's a big, beautiful snowstorm, and we made a tremendous deal with Mother Nature, and she's doing a fantastic job with this storm. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
I love it. God bless you guys. Be the reason someone smiles today. I'm going to end it on that. Thank you for the 500 people here. If you're new here, why not hit the subscribe button? I'm live usually Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 every morning, going over reactions of the day. I will be playing Mario Kart, hanging out with the G&G crew. And if you haven't done so, pick up Daughter's Revenge. We're doing cool stuff over there. If you're like, what the heck is a Daughter's Revenge? What is that? What is that? Well, it's an all new, exciting pirate adventure. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for picking it up while you can. It's like we hit 1,205 books sold. We're on our way, baby. We're on our way. Also have a Patreon if you want to hang out over there. It's free. There's also paid support if you want. Links are all in the description. God bless you guys. As I do tonight, I will pray for our president. I will pray for our leaders. And I will pray that God's will is done through all of this that we see, because Lord, we need him now. So God bless you guys. And I'll catch you. I'll catch you when I catch you. Check out this teaser trailer for Daughter's Revenge. Pick it up today.
There have been 1,000 terrors of the sea, born of myth and legend. But there's never been anything quite as dangerous as that man right there. Jonathan Reed.